This is Grayman Media content. Hit the fucking button! You're pissing me off!
Welcome to Pod Daddies.
Come on, Chewie.
Oh, actually, that was pretty good. Hell's it.
Yo, mama!
It's hot as balls in here.
Oh my god.
We just started.
That might actually have to be, like, that whole thing up
That's the
until
pilot.
just now. This might still be the pilot.
No, it's not. I quit.
Are we in episode 1 now? Because this is the thing. You did this on Wolf Takes a Bite also.
Because it's raw and I get you every time.
I know,
You're
but you
easy to
did this.
bait.
You recorded it, and I'm like, okay, we're doing the episode.
That's what you think.
And then,
what
yeah,
I
I
want
know.
you to think.
And then, like, minutes into it, you're like, okay, and that's the end of the first episode. I was like, we didn't even talk about El Chupacabra.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, no, that's the first episode. You were like explaining to me the pilot, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We're still doing the episode, and now you did it again.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 years later, you did it to me again.
You fell for it. Again.
Oh man, you didn't tell. There's no falling for it. You just didn't tell me we were doing a pilot.
Right. Okay.
Are we in the? I need to know. Are we in the? This is episode 1 now.
Yeah. Do you want to do an intro?
Do we do the intro now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Pod. See, I did that in the pilot. I said that was episode 1.
Yeah, but now they're hearing this whole conversation that's just basically us going back and forth.
Can I ask you a question? Does okay, stop. You can't keep doing that.
But
Because
Yeah.
okay, I want to be
hamster?
very clear. I want to be very clear. We have no fucking plan for any of this. Okay, we said you. I'll give you credit for it. You came up with Pod Daddies. That was one of the many names that we tried out for.
he just doesn't want to be responsible in case this turns into an S&M podcast.
I'm not concerned about that.
Go on.
Basically, me and John have been friends for
8 years? Going on
let's
9?
see. I met you 10 years ago.
2011.
And you can't even, roughly.
Yep.
And you can't even say that we weren't friends right out the get-go because you came to my home on day 1.
Yeah, first day of work, actually, you were
Yeah.
training me on the grill, and you're like, this guy's fucking nuts. And then I come to your house.
Yeah.
Because you said you were having a party. I'm like, oh, he's having a party.
You
So
looked like,
I immediately went to the liquor store and bought $400 worth of liquor. $400 in liquor and other miscellaneous items, and then put it in a duffel bag and showed up with it.
yeah, that was something.
And then I got put on probation from you for like 2 years. We didn't talk for like 2 years.
Wait a second. You didn't break up with me?
No, you said you had to break up with me because I was doing too much.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't remember that.
She said that.
I think what happened is we got pregnant, and by we I mean Jessica did 9 months worth of hard labor, and I did nothing.
And you're like, oh well, I really can't fuck with this dude right now.
Yeah, because you're a lot calmer now. They don't know you from 10 years ago.
I'm exactly the same.
You were a whole different beast, and you were like, you looked way younger. Like way younger.
Well, I am 31.
Like you look old.
Well,
like
you're
you-
on the verge of 30 yourself, sir.
I know. I fucking can't.
What's that feel like?
Honestly upsetting.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say, the whole reason I brought this up, I've known John for 10 years or so, and one of my all-time favorite things about Wolf Takes a Bite is the fuckery that we do on that show. And I was like, what if we just did that for a show?
And in case you don't know what that is, it's basically just me and Devin talking
Yeah, in general.
about crazy theories and conspiracies and other things of the sort.
Oh, right. That is the premiere. That is one of the premiere shows of Grayman Media.
Number 2.
And arguably, I mean, some months number 1.
Potentially, I think last time I looked, I had 1,400 downloads. That's not terribly good, but it's not terribly bad either for a year.
Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of the work we do on that show. But I needed an excuse to hang out with you more.
Yes.
And that's why we're doing the show.
Because if we're going to do something together, we might as well film it.
Is that all this is now? Is that what our friendship has boiled down to?
I don't want it to be. We could go somewhere and do something But you don't want to go on vacation with me.
Do you
That was
know?
made apparently.
Oh, actually, I need to talk to you about something after we're done here.
I'd love that.
Well, okay, all right. Well, fuck it. I don't really have anything.
This
else
is
to-
the show.
Yeah, why not? I was talking to Austin and Christina about taking. I've wanted to go west for a really long time.
Yep.
Farthest west I've ever gone is St. Louis. I don't know
Okay.
about you. How far? California for
Coast.
you. Yeah, you've been all the way. I haven't, and I thought
went
it
to
would
third
be.
base.
I mean, what?
Yeah, I went to third base all the way.
Third base, yeah, baby. Derek said something to me. He's like, "Ooh, I just went to first base." I was like, "Why didn't you steal second?" And he lost his mind. Anyway, so I was talking to them, and I was like, "Let's go. Let's take this trip. Like, I've been planning this trip, wanting to do this trip. Like, go to Yellowstone, the Rockies, hit the Grand Canyon.
Haven't been to any of those spots yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, take 10 days."
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
do 8 of traveling, 9 of traveling in one day to.
Would drive, not fly.
Oh yeah, we're driving,
Oh, okay.
and I'm talking
We
about
gotta
like
see the giant ball of yarn on the way.
we're gonna get sure, why not? We're gonna get a bus, not like an RV, but like
Actual school bus.
I don't know. We're gonna have to look into it more. But I was like, if we all went, like it's gonna be really cheap,
Yeah.
And
So we get a school bus. We rip out all the seats and we put in 5 beds, do bunk style.
okay, but now you're making it more expensive.
All you need is 2x4s and fucking mattresses.
So I'm trying to make it home after all this, or you just this is how you die, or this is the end game for you.
We're gonna Bonnie and Clyde
I'm
right off the
sorry.
Grand Canyon.
That's not how they died.
They drove off a cliff.
No, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's how Bonnie
I saw
died.
that movie.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Thelma and Louise.
Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know anything
absolutely.
about that.
Thelma and Louise? Mm-mm. What the fuck? You have homework. Next episode, you need to watch Thelma and Louise.
You're going to have to text me and remind me.
Thelma and Louise.
I've already gone on so many tangents.
This is just the first tangent.
No. I was going to explain to them while we're doing the show, and now we're talking about a vacation that I'm planning next year.
I can't wait.
So,
Next year?
yeah, summer.
December.
Summer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably should try to plan to go out west more close to August. Temperatures are better.
It needs to be when the kids are out of school.
Understand.
My kids are in school.
Whatever we get has to have AC.
Yes. My kids are definitely old enough to remember. I think Amelia would probably definitely be old enough. It'd be a good memory. Taylor's old enough. Landon's probably young. Austin's going to have to do the exact same trip again with him years down the road, but fuck him. So, like, fuck
I'm all
Austin
for it.
specifically.
I'm all for it. And in fact, I feel like it would probably take more than 10 days.
That's
and
all.
everybody would have to drive.
Rotating between probably me, you, and Austin.
Yeah. Like, I'm good for at least 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, I can. I drove all the way to Buffalo and back, so I mean, it'll be fine. It was the worst. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like one shot.
I didn't have a great time, but I did it.
I'd rather be up, like, at least in the passenger seat or something like that when vehicles and, like, long drives. Because, like, if I lay down, like, on the way up to Chicago, because I worked an entire day.
Yeah.
And we were going to go sleep for, like, 5 hours. And this happened just a few weeks ago for viewers.
By the time they hear it, it'll be.
Yeah, well, a long time. I went to Chicago, and I was like, yeah, well, I done worked 12 to 15-hour day. And then I was like, I'm going to catch a couple hours sleep, and then we'll drive out in the morning, get up early while it's still dark so we can avoid a lot of the road traffic. And then what it ended up being is like midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning. We pick up her friend because she was going to stay the night so that way we could get up early and go. We're like, why are we waiting? Let's just go catch the sunrise. Let's go catch it. Let's chase that bitch down. What I didn't think about was time dilation and the fact that by the time we got to Chicago, it was already morning. And it was storming, like it was a full-on monsoon.
Are they in a completely different time zone than us? Yeah. They've got to be like an hour off from us. I do not believe you.
It's crazy.
I do not believe
It's
you.
crazy.
It's
Also, the GPS that they were following did take us 2 hours extra out of the way. So it was a 6-hour drive, 6.5-hour drive versus 4.
yeah.
Because of construction and all the toll bridges being issues and the city being in debt and there's all this other crap. So we didn't quite make it to the beach for sunrise.
Yeah.
But I did have a really good breakfast. But the crazy thing is, but we got there so early. The hotel's like, well, you can't check in until like 11 o'clock,
Yep.
maybe 3 p.m. And I'm like, it is 7:30 in the morning, you fucking assholes. Can I have a room?
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's what I paid for. Give me something. Anything. I don't care. We don't care. We want to go to sleep. They're like, you got to wait. I'm like, can I at least get the key to the pool? So I got the pool key, and then I went in there and slept.
And you slept in the pool?
I slept in the pool.
Oh, my God. These are the kind of things I talk about. Like when I say you freak me out, those kind of things.
Why?
You fell asleep in a pool.
No, by the pool.
Oh,
it was
by the
It was an
pool.
indoor pool. In the hotel, I'm like, well, if I can't get a room, I'm going to fucking lay down
Would it
some
really have
towels.
been that crazy of me to think that you fell asleep in a pool?
Where would I have gotten the raft?
If for all I know, you fell asleep on your back. I don't fucking know.
That would be impressive.
It wouldn't be the first time you've impressed me.
Try. We're going to do background music on these?
Man, that's entirely up to your
Just like
edit.
theme music?
We could. Like a soft lo-fi
Soft
or
jazz,
something.
like lo-fi.
Yeah.
Oh, lo-fi. I like lo-fi.
Yeah.
Lo-fi could be good.
I don't think we could be closer on the couch.
Why?
I like
Without
this.
holding hands?
I like this distance. This feels like appropriate talking distance.
I guess. I mean, you are... I don't even think we can touch feet.
Yeah, we got it.
That was...
Whoa.
That was just a little...
You didn't need it. You're making it worse by going into details. You're making it so much worse.
I don't know what else you want me to do.
Also, what should be said and noted is that this is...
Apparently, Chicago, Illinois is in Central Time, as well as the fact that we are in Eastern Standard. We're on New York's time board.
But okay, well, what's the hour difference?
1 hour behind. So you do gain an hour, but the sun still moves at the same rate.
The sun doesn't move. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? God damn it.
None of this is edited.
I'm in a coat.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
We're fancy.
We're something.
Sunday. We just got out of church.
No.
All hail the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, yes.
These listeners have no idea about our canon, so we should tell them.
No, this isn't. This is something different.
Oh, this is our life.
This is...
You are a minister, sir. I take your marinara very seriously.
I don't know what you mean by that.
He is a minister of the Church of the Flying
You're
Spaghetti
freaking me
Monster.
out also by touching this. Like, we don't have anybody monitoring our audio. I can hear you fine.
How was your vacation recently that you took?
It was a good time.
Yeah?
I had a great time.
What did you think when I sent that message that I was only a few hours away from you and I was on the way?
I saw it, and immediately I was like, there's 2 universes. I really hope I'm in the one where he's kidding. But also, immediately I was like, I'm on vacation. No matter what, I am not going to respond to this. Whether he's yeah, whether he's on his way or not, I refuse to acknowledge what I've just seen.
Because I noticed you were like geotagging your fucking pictures. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, bro, I know right where the fuck he is right now.
I also noticed that you sent it on Snapchat, so you knew I saw it.
Yes.
Like, you had to be sure that you knew that you were
Absolutely.
that you were fucking with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew what you were up to. I knew it completely. And again, I couldn't rule out the idea that you were on your way.
That's why I took the picture where I took it.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like you were in a vehicle.
Well, we stopped for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
On Bardstown Road.
I worked 8 hours, and I got off and I swung by the card shop and I picked up this deck that Alexander likes to play on the online Pokemon game. I'm trying to get him into it, you know. He loves to collect, he doesn't like to play. But he loves to play this specific deck on the online game, and it's just a pre-built deck or whatever. It's nothing special. And I go in there and I'm like, hey, do you guys have this pre-built deck or whatever? He's like, no, but we could build it for you real cheap. So I spent about an hour doing that, and then I came home and we finished everything up. We powered all the electronics down, we rose the temperature, I armed the alarm, I put the cameras on, whatever, motion sensor. Made sure Austin had a key because I forgot that me and you talked about you coming to check.
I was
on
like,
the
you
dog,
never reached
but-
back out about that. I was
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I was deemed inappropriate.
Well, there was two reasons. Me and you just never talked about it after that first time we talked about it. And
You've done this to me twice since I've known you. You know that, right?
have I?
Yeah. You're like, hey, do you mind like checking on my shit real quick for me? I'm like, sure. I'll go over there. I'll get your mail. And then you're like, somebody else has already done it.
Well, Austin lives like 3 minutes down the road from me.
Then that obviously makes more sense than me.
Well, that was kind of why I did that, because
The offer was sentimental. I appreciated it.
35 minutes. Well, no, I felt like I was putting a burden on you because you would need to check on him at least twice a day, and it's like a 35-minute drive for you, a 3-minute drive for him.
Well, that would have been assuming I wouldn't be working for 12 to 13 of those hours.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would have been in a company vehicle, so if you really needed me
Whoa,
to.
whoa! Don't
No,
get
it's
yourself
cool.
in any trouble.
No, it's cool. They let me take it home every night.
Did it really?
I haven't paid
That's
for
actually
gas in
pretty
a month
sick.
and a half. And
Did you drive it here?
on Sundays, it's not allowed to be turned on. They track it like that.
Whoa.
There's cameras in there. They know where it is at all times. But what they don't know is there's this little app called Upside.
You're. What they don't know is this thing that I'm not supposed to be doing, or
I mean, it's not illegal. So there's an app called Upside.
are you gonna get fired?
I hope not.
Because I really need you to have this job.
Yo, this won't come out for months.
That's true. You'll probably be fired by then.
Thanks. It'll be summer. I'll be looking for something else. No, there's this app called Upside, man, and we got a company maintenance and gas card that they give us. It's a credit card.
Yeah.
And we are responsible for the vehicles. And then there's an app called Upside, which gives you like anywhere between 6 and 29 cents back per gallon that you fill up on a vehicle, as long as the card's tied to that account.
I just want to know what they're
So I
getting out
tied
of
the
this.
card to the account, and now I'm up to like $56 in a month.
I just want to know what they're getting out of this.
Ooh.
The app that's supposedly giving you money.
They do. I've cashed it out. They've deposited it back.
That's what I'm saying. What are they getting from you? Like, what data are they collecting that's so valuable? Like, they're definitely collecting like your location and shit for sure. But I'm wondering,
They know
else.
what gas station you're checking in because they give you a selection of which gas stations, and not all gas stations, even in the same company type, it will give you the same amount of cents back per gallon. It's also for food and other stuff like that. It's probably just to track spending habits. It's not really something any massive. They're probably getting a deal with the gas companies that like, hey, if we sponsor you, we get people to come to your gas station.
Right.
Because it's usually like BPs and Shells, which only people who really want to get robbed go to those anyway.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You know, let's just throw entire oil tycoons under the bus.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them all. There's only 4.
Are you gonna get an electric car one day?
No,
No, I didn't think you were that type of person. I'd get one.
absolutely not.
I don't know if
If
it would
I
be a
cannot
Tesla,
feel
but-
that engine running, I don't want
Shut
it.
the fuck up. Get with the times, old man.
I need a Maserati.
Maserati would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
What's your dream car?
Maserati.
Really?
I think it's
Any specific model, or just
That
you'd just be
or-
happy to have a Maserati?
that or a class. What is it? Class 3 Phantom. I would like the best outfitted Phantom.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to drive one of those. You'd want to be a passenger.
No, I would want to drive it.
Those cars are built for the passenger.
I'm aware.
You just want to be a chauffeur.
Nobody's driving that fucking car but me. It's $100,000 car.
Oh, it's more than that, friend. It's more than that. You gonna get the one with the stars on the roof?
Oh, that one's like $1 million.
Yeah, they're quite a bit. They got
Hey, Al, look
umbrellas
up
in
the
the door.
cost of the DJ Phantoms, please.
It's $500,000 average.
Really?
Yeah,
Good God.
it's not Aston Martin. Who is it?
It's Mercedes, right?
No,
No.
it's not Mercedes.
It is
Who is
DJ Phantom, right? DJI? Maybe. No.
No.
That can't be it either.
Phantom car. It's the one that looks like a 300. Well, it looks like it's the one that
It's
the
a Rolls
300's
Royce.
trying. It's a Rolls Royce. It's the car that the 300's
Rolls Royce.
trying to look like.
Yeah. Oh my God. I saw.
Oh, they
one-
started 750 grand. Oh, 350 grand. Okay, that's
See,
not that
that's
bad.
doable. That's totally doable.
Oh yeah, easy
the
money.
2022 Ghost, man, that one's sick. Love that one. I like that one though. The SUV for $335. That's not bad.
I figured out why. Like a lot of millionaires own those Mercedes G-Wagons.
Because they're fucking great on gas.
Well, actually, I found out that they are heavy enough to be classified as like a specific type of work vehicle. That like you get huge tax breaks on.
I heard about that recently.
Yeah.
Escalades and all those are also in that classification.
Did you see that they're making EV Escalades?
They get tax refunds on that shit.
Yeah, I know,
they don't have to pay for those cars. If you make enough money,
It's capital
you don't
expense.
have to pay for that car ever.
Yeah.
That's insane, Devin.
Man, wait till we can cap expense shit.
Oh,
We're gonna get in so much trouble with the IRS.
We're both getting Escalades, right? I recently drove one.
The thing is I don't want a big car. I want Jessica to have a big car. Jessica doesn't like big cars.
Transports.
I understand, but not for me. I want like realistically, I want a Dodge Challenger. Realistically.
There we go. He's going through midlife already.
No. This has been for years. When I was 18, and I thought I was going to join the Marines, I had this vision that I would show up after I got out of the Marine Corps, not out of the Marine Corps, but like out of training and stuff. I came back to see everybody, and I'd pull up on all my friends, and I'd hop out of my all black Dodge Challenger, fucking buff as shit, just looking like a motherfucking Marine, and in my hand would be a leash 6-foot iguana named Rex.
All of those things are possible.
Minus
the buff and the...
Yeah. The buff and the Marine thing. That's
other
out the
than
way.
those, that's not going to happen anymore. But the rest of it, you could do.
I could. I could be the big chubby guy hopping out of a Dodge Challenger with a fucking 6-foot iguana. But man, I wanted that so bad. Dodge Challenger, realistically, I could probably actually get one.
I bet if you made it like something in the wild, right?
Oh.
So, like, if you start chasing down Dodge Challengers, eventually you'll be fit enough to catch one.
Yeah.
And then you can
I'd say so.
And then you can beat the shit out of the guy in it. Go to the pet store, get a giant iguana named
and not
Rex,
pay for that either because I'm knocked out the store clerk.
And get an iguana named Rex, and then you can do your pull-up fantasy right before going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Is like the great thing is like when I go to court, they're probably not even gonna charge me with that assault car charge when I was at the pet store because they're gonna be too focused on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, so you get to keep the iguana.
Yeah, I would say the
at
tier.
Jail.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think so.
If you go to federal prison, you can have a pet.
Can
it's
you?
your emotional support iguana. Look at that car. It's beautiful.
I don't think. Yeah, it is. I think the next level up from a Challenger for me would be the new Corvettes, the mid-engine Corvettes.
Oh, you mean the ones that want to be Ferraris?
Yeah.
The ones after the Z21s. I like the Z21s.
Oh, I do too. But this is like one of the only mid-engine American-made cars.
Here's what I hate about Corvette as a whole.
Okay.
The people who drive Corvettes are assholes.
Yeah, that's me.
They always look. I've gotten in a wreck with a Corvette before.
Have you really?
It was right outside your apartment.
I wonder why your insurance is so high.
It's actually I haven't had any incidences for over 8 years. I'm doing great. I almost died the other day though. If it wasn't for the safety features on my work vehicle, which is a 2022 Toyota.
You're like humble brag, but it's a 2022 work vehicle.
It's a truck.
It's a work vehicle.
It's still a Tacoma. Shut up.
It is a nice car.
It is a great.
I mean, it's not yours.
Great. No, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
If you left that company today,
not today,
but I'm
in
saying
5 years, that crook's mine.
Cap.
If I ask.
If I ask, real nice.
I'm just going to start paying on it now. Anyway.
Can you guys just start siphoning my check so I could have this truck in 5 years?
It's actually not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
But they have let me install like emergency lights in it. And I've got lights in there and everything like that now. And I got my police scanner radio.
You're getting fired.
No, they all know about it. Even the regional.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to convince the company to do that for the whole fleet. That we should have directional and emergency lights on our vehicles because of the work we do. The way we have to do it.
Anyway, you almost died.
Yeah, so I was on Watterson, the middle ring for you.
I got it. Thanks.
Okay, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, I get confused, but
Okay. So I was on the middle ring of Louisville,
the middle ring.
doing about 70, like everybody else.
The middle ring.
Yeah. On Watterson. Just like everybody else, doing 70, 75. There was a bad wreck where it was like a multiple car pileup. There was, probably like 4 or 5 people dead at least. Anyway, so I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it initially. Excuse the lack of tall socks. I don't have fancy boots like Devin.
Cowboy boots.
I'm going to get me a pair. I'm going to need you to hook me up.
Gatlinburg.
God damn it. Because those are nice boots. Detour.
The whole show.
The truck has a feature. One, I don't know how to turn on, but the other one I do. But it has a feature where, like, if a car is not moving in front of you, it senses it from a certain distance away and starts beeping rapidly at you to let you know to hit your fucking brakes.
It screams at you.
God damn, if I didn't have that thing, I would be dead.
Yeah.
Like 4 times now. Because I wasn't paying any attention whatsoever. I was floating. I was having a good time. I was changing from this latest episode to the Thoughts on the Mothership to the next one. And I almost died. I would have slammed in the back of this Chrysler 300 at 70 miles an hour, killing everybody.
Oh, yeah, you would have been done.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
for sure. Yes,
my
100%.
favorite. One of my favorites.
God damn, we gotta put a shirt.
Yeah,
anyway, but that is the most amazing feature. And the thing is to think about that I have been driving for 20-something years without that.
Freaky, right?
And now I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to own a car without one now. Like, I don't. Like, my truck right now, okay,
Scares
first of all,
the shit out of you.
the work truck is a 4-cylinder. It doesn't have a lot of get up and go. There's not a lot of power or torque. It's really kind of shit just with the 4-cylinder. It needs a V8. But I drive a V6 with my Toyota FJ. And I'm like, when I get in my truck like to drive here, I'm like, oh God, this thing's kind of terrifying.
This is a death trap. And then
I've seen people do so much shit like that, though. It's not me. I'm just kidding. I've seen a lot of people do shit like that. But no, like, even just changing the station on your radio for like 5 seconds could like almost kill your ass.
That's why they got the buttons on the steering wheel now. A lot of newer cars you can control the.
Well, I'll tell you, the smart system in the truck is dumb. It consists.
Why are you listening to the radio anyway?
I'm not.
Then what are you bitching about?
I'm watching YouTube. The Bluetooth keeps wanting to disconnect. There's too many things connected. It doesn't know what it wants to do. I hate it. I don't like Android Auto. It's a pain in the ass.
So
is Apple Auto.
How would you know that?
I had Apple before. I was actually exclusively Apple for 5 years.
They didn't. The Apple Car thing has been a recent thing.
No,
within the last 5 years, sir. All I've had is Apple
Car
products.
thing. Well, yeah, I know people with Apple products, but I'm saying I've had Apple phones.
So my third car.
2011 existed, by the way.
It did, yeah. That was a real thing.
Yeah.
That was something we all experienced together. That wasn't a fever dream.
Good.
That was real.
Just checking.
My third car is the unrealistic car, the car that I know I'll never be able to get ever.
Yeah.
No matter what. Pagani Zonda.
Oh.
Jessica, if you could pull that up.
You've told me of that.
I have,
yeah. We talked about this.
If you could, Pagani Zonda.
I'm deeply realizing that this show could actually last like 2 hours easily.
I have no idea what our time is right now.
No, that's a problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I went to check my watch and realized
it's not a real watch.
It's a real watch. It just doesn't have the right time.
That's a nice looking watch, though.
We're at 35 minutes. That's great.
Wonderful.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
2-seater.
See, what it sounds like to me, Devin, is that you just want to be single. Because there ain't no way you're fitting anybody or your kids in that car.
The Dodge Challenger has a backseat.
I'm 100% sure you can't fit yourself.
Yeah,
in that car.
17.5 million.
You're not.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said it was my unrealistic car that I would never be able to.
It's a $17 million car.
I just said I know I'll never be able to afford this, but when I dream and I have a real dream and not a nightmare, I'm driving a Zonda.
I need to check that out on Car and Sports. I want to see that thing run.
It's a beautiful car.
I want to know it's 0 to 60.
They're all custom made. They take your measurements like a suit, and they build the car around your.
God
your
damn, it better. It better also give you a fucking blowjob while driving down the road for $17 million.
You know that they got like supercars. It's a hypercar, so it's the
God.
I mean, it's the luxury of luxury.
Well, I didn't even know that existed, so you're already on a level higher than me. Hope Grayman does great. I am right here with you, buddy.
Even if
we're both getting one.
Even if Grayman became like.
All we need is like $200 million.
You know what? You know what we really haven't talked about?
Future
is at least on the show, on any show, is like our expectation, or not even expectations, because I don't know about you, but I don't expect anything to come of any of this. I just like hanging out with you.
But the thing is, things have come of this. That's the crazy thing.
Yes, the amount of things that have already happened has blown my expectations out of proportion.
I mean, we're still in the red, right? Like really far, but
yeah,
we made a little bit.
Just got another merch order.
Yeah, I heard.
Like $90.
And on those Amazon Prime things, as long as Austin's car keeps being a piece of shit, we're gonna be making a lot of money.
Here, I got rid of both those cars.
Oh, son of a bitch! There goes my only cash cow.
He spent all that money, and he's. But you know, realistically, if if this company got to a point where I mirror a lot of our, I guess, some of the things that we do off of Rooster Teeth. I think I told you that before. And they're like a 400-person company. That would be...
It's surprisingly smaller than I thought.
They're not that big of a studio. But it's a close-knit community, which is what I like.
True. I mean, I'd be happy if we were 100 employees.
What I did
employees.
You know, I was having this conversation with Nathaniel. Actually, he was asking how the podcast was going.
I was gonna say, are we talking about that here? Or?
Well, I'll just say this. You know, he hasn't been on or anything to do with Grayman for a while, and he was asking how it was going, and I was like, you know, thoughts is you know, having on a good month 2,000 listens, and on a bad month around 800. Wolf Takes a Bite is also having a couple hundred a month, you know. But the difference is I hear way more from Wolf Takes a Bite fans than I ever do from Thoughts from the Mothership fans.
I haven't got any words to this. So what are some of the things you've heard?
Well, like for instance, all the people.
You're person to person, you're P2Ps.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're P2Ps.
That's what I'm saying. The people who listen to Wolf Takes a Bite, like I hear from them, I talk to them about the show way more. Whereas I just found out Thomas would listen to the most recent Thoughts from the Mothership episode, and he mentioned it in passing. And I didn't even know he was on he listened to the Lindsay episode about Turtle Facts, but he got that reference that you made. And I was like, okay, so he's one of those like...
A lot of people are back cataloging.
Yeah, well, people are listening to the show, but they never say anything about it because it's like, again, I think it's more of a passive...
Who are you going to reference into?
Yeah, it's more of a passive show, and whereas the people who are Wolf Takes a Bite fans are fans. They're actual fans of the show. So
big nerds, I love all those guys.
So while it is smaller plays, I think that the level of dedication that your fandom has is at a higher level than Thoughts. Even though we have more fans, your fandom dedication is higher. I don't know. I don't have a metric to prove that.
I mean, fair.
That's all anecdotal.
And then again, we're only talking local, but I've done a lot of footwork this year, specifically in like going out, going to bars, going to different places, going to different states, and consistently doing nothing but like, hey, you talk to me for 5 minutes. Let me tell you about something about me. I'm on a podcast. Oh, really? Are you? Oh, yes. Let me tell you about it. It's about paranormal conspiracy theories and cryptids and stuff, and we make fun of things and we joke around. And they're like, oh, yeah, great. I'm like, here's a business card.
When you introduce you're like when you mentioned that, is that how you lead it?
More specifically, it's a little bit more personal. It's usually just people who are just like more alternative, or I'm talking to like in a vape shop, or like I got like 7 people out of Indiana that I was just happenstancingly listening to my podcast while in a gas station waiting on a job to come through. They're like, yo, what is that you're listening to? I'm like, oh, that's my show. And they're like, what? And then I went on to that. I'm just like, so I run a podcast with a friend of mine, and we talk about paranormal, cryptids, and conspiracy theories and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, I love that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you should check us out. You can go either listen to us anywhere podcasts can be found, Spotify, Instagram. We also post things on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, IG, TikTok,
Everything.
Everything. Basically, anywhere you look up Wolf Takes a Bite Pod, and we'll take it out for you. And then I've recently been like, hey, the first person to send a message. And I've been pushing that since I made that in that claim in that episode. The first person to send a message on graymanmediaco.com to Wolf Takes a Bite's page, send a message, and I'll send you a free piece of merch. Like, it's the only thing you have to do is just show me that you're there, and I'll do that for you. The first person. Still haven't got one yet.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because I can't afford to buy you the merch yet. But, hopefully when you send me the message, I will.
It's interesting that's because I mention it to almost anybody outside of my day job, unless that person at my day job has like it either works for me, like if they're an employee of mine, I mention it when it comes up, obviously naturally in conversation, or they're like a guest that's come in a lot and like I've already had banter and conversation with, and then if it comes up in conversation. But when I'm trying to market it, which is what I've been doing, I know that's rough. What you're trying to deal with right now, that's pretty rough.
I'm good.
Like I was marketing real hard at the Pokemon shop, at the card shop.
For Wolf?
Well, that's what I'm leading into, is that you mentioned like, I run a podcast and stuff. I always say I run a media company. Like that's always what I say.
But now I always tail everything off because I lead them in with Wolf and I close with, but we also have plenty of shows that cover other different topics.
Yeah.
The only thing I've been getting from a lot of people that I talk to is they actually do want a new sports local.
Yeah, it's not a me or you thing.
I know it's not.
I know.
But that's what they would love to hear.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of requests for something like that that's well produced. But there's just nothing like that locally talking about local sports.
Yeah.
I
always
sports, like something that needs to highlight, all the stuff going on with the bats or with the Louisville soccer team and things like that, or even like UVL football and UK basketball. Like there's KSP, there's Kentucky Sports Radio, which is the go-to source right now, and they also have a podcast. But the thing is, they're a big name. A lot of people search for a second opinion just because they want to hear something different. Because once you hear them, it's like final word at this point. There's nobody else doing anything else.
Yeah, I'm always like, I run a media company with some of my long-term friends, and and then I'll try to feel them out, because they at least feign interest.
Well, when you say media company, it might come across as a little bit too broad.
Well, we are broad. And that's when I try to further the conversation along. I'm like, do you listen to any podcasts? And if the answer is yes, I'm like, what kind of podcasts do you listen to? And if it's anything resembling Wolf Takes a Bite, always jump on Wolf Takes a Bite. If it's something that I think is irreverent, I always mention Thoughts from the Mothership. I haven't run into anybody who's like, oh, I specifically listen to this show for like ratings of stuff. But if I did, I'd mention the other show. Or if if I can lead it into I do art on the side. I'm like, a big part of what we do is promotion, and we do it for free.
And I tell a lot of people that too. Like specifically the guy I want to bring in, he's a local music guy. Like he's a musician, like he does rap and stuff like that. He absolutely is interested. He loves Wolf Takes a Bite.
Yeah.
And that's just the opening door to get him into everything that we do. He wants us to produce a music video for him. Yeah,
which would be cool. That's more up our alley. We can't do anything music-wise.
No, we're not producing music, but we could do the videography and editing.
And what we can do incredibly easy is promotion. I do promotion all the time.
But our promotion scape
is small.
It's small.
Yeah. But
Unless we start doing like what I've been doing, which is basically flyering everything.
But another thing, look at that. We're watching live as the logo for this very show is being made.
It's so close.
It is really good.
I need to see the eyeball of the wolf though.
Can you darken it?
Yeah. It doesn't really kind
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could you make it all black? That might help.
Red.
We could also do merch. You know.
Well, I talked about that too, and I showed him the Ryan stuff that we did.
Yeah.
Um,
That's first run, obviously.
yeah, yeah, and also the shoes are brilliant. Like I push those to everybody. I'm like, dude, check out these fucking shoes.
They're really cool.
And then I tell them, I'm like, and if you like those, you should buy mine whenever they're made.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Because I really want those
if
shoes.
Wolf Takes a Bite ever sold a single piece of merch, you know,
Bro!
then we could add more to the store.
It's hard to sell merch in general.
I know, and then you're barking up the tree of I need new merch when you haven't sold the kind you have.
I understand that.
All right.
Now, granted, the new guy I've been talking about, he's actually interested in not only the Wolf Takes a Bite stuff, he might be, but he's also interested in like the I'm inebriated stuff and other things like that.
People love those quote
Yeah,
shirts.
he loves that shit.
People are eating up those quote shirts, and no one, like most of the people who are buying it, have no idea what the fuck it is.
It's just fucking.
It's just great. It's just good shit.
You should just post it without it even saying anywhere. Like, you know, go to this website, buy this. You should just post pictures of it on Facebook and just start selling those in Marketplace.
I know one of the things I miss about the way we used to do merch is like we always had a copy of our merch up until we switched to this version of our merch. You know what I mean? When we were doing our first runs of merch, the problem was it was incredibly cost ineffective for us.
It might not be a bad idea. I should start trying to third party sell our merch on a Marketplace.
I mean, go for it.
Yeah. Like, what would it hurt?
Wouldn't bother me none.
People see those ads on Marketplace all the time for shit they don't even know what it means. And they buy shit.
You know that shirt I was wearing earlier? That was an Instagram ad.
Really? That shit fucking gets people.
I saw it and I was like,
you.
I saw it and I was like, that's fucking dope. Buy now.
See, I think we need to figure out how to run that stuff cost effectively, of course, but we need to figure out how to run that stuff because it works. It reaches such a wide audience.
I know it. It's tough though. And especially
right now, we're banking on hardcore true diehards, and that's a very hard market to reach.
we just need more diehards.
It's hard to get diehards with money.
We need good content.
We need saturation of the marketplace.
That's why we have new shows
That's right. Like this one.
and more.
Coming to you soon from Grayman Media.
I don't know what this show is.
I don't know, but it was nice.
I had fun though. Yeah, this is nice. Like there was literally no pressure to do anything, and because of that, it was
Just like Chatterbait, but without the nudity.
what? What?
I don't know.
Do you want to like? How does the outro go?
I don't know. Are we gonna outro? I mean, I could sit here and do this for hours, but I mean, what time is it?
The lights are. I can already tell getting dimmer.
Yeah, I know.
We're definitely on time though.
Yeah, we're definitely over 45. So we're not gonna edit any of this, right? Like ever?
No,
None of it.
no.
Did the intro thing, cut it off into one piece, so that makes this 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We can run another 5.
What?
We can if I cut the first bit, that first 5 to 8 minutes, that's the intro bit.
Including this right here.
Yeah. The actual content piece would be about 35 minutes.
Like this thing that we're doing right this very second.
Just about.
So when we're talking about the cut in the middle of the cut,
You know
might be the cut.
You know it's the cut.
I know it's the cut.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we got what else you got?
I mean, I think I covered a lot of the topics I wanted to cover today. You know, we talked about our trips.
Yeah.
We talked about plans for our media company that we run. And we talked about what this show is, which is available on YouTube for you audio listeners. So you can actually see us sitting here. And trust me, we have plans to upscale this to a level of Podfatherdom.
This is
We're trying to go Godfather themed here. And really what it is just we're not really fathers as much as we are just daddies trying to make our way through this world.
I don't like where you're going with this analogy.
Okay. You explain it better.
I don't know if I do. See, because when I agreed to Pod Daddies, I thought it was because it was a good name. I didn't necessarily agree with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're changing the name.
No, I think it's a great name. I just don't know if I agree with Pod Daddies. That's Well, thanks for listening to Pod Daddies episode 1.
Jesus Christ, here we are.
I thought it was great.
I love it.
I had a great time. Yeah, this is, as of right now, this is a monthly show.
This is the wrap up after the outro music that I haven't created yet.
You can expect this show once a month, or I mean, honestly, who knows?
We might do this a lot more than we anticipated because why the fuck not? But we never know.
I would love for you to take more editing from me.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I just gotta get to the winner. At the end of this month, I go to a 6-day work. 5-day work week.
Actually, we need to wrap this up because I have a lot to talk to you about when we're not.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching Pod Daddies.
Or listening.
Be on the lookout. You probably are going to see all the things we're most excited about, hence our logos. We'll see you soon. And if you have suggestions, email us at greatmanmediaco.com to hear more about the shows that we already do, that we're referencing on the show. And more specifically, tell us what you would love to see out of this show.
That's a great... It's almost like you've been doing this for a long time.
I know, like I'm a professional. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hey, yeah. So I saw you're having a yard sale because your company's tanking, but I was wondering how much these headphones are.
I'll tell you what, John. I've got an affiliate link in the description. You can go get yourself a pair, along with microphones and all the other equipment we use.
I'm just gonna take these.
Oh.